Good morning, everyone. Alessandro Pivazan from the silo at the magnificent Hunt Hill Farm. Right, magnificent indeed. I will say it every day, every morning, because it is what it is. It is magnificent, and you must be here to experience this, to feel it, to see. It's true, it's magical. You can touch it, you can feel it. Oh, talking about touching, feeling, how are you feeling this morning? How are you feeling today? Are you inspired, excited, committed, determined to make today and every single day that you might be again awarded with the gift of life to make it the best day of your life, the best day ever on your way there, right? Okay, it's okay. Takes a long time, takes a long time. It's totally fine to be yes and no, yes and no, yes and no, because until we can make sure that our minds, our brains, everything is aligned properly and we are able to become aware of our powers, of our strength, the beauty of this gift that we receive every morning, the gift of life. Because sometimes you say, oh, life sucks, life is this, life is that. Yes, I've been there many, many, many times. And it took me a while to realize and understand the life has absolutely nothing to do with our living, with the way we choose to live it. I believe that life is a gift, is a beautiful gift that we all receive. And this gift allows us to be wherever we want to be, to do whatever we want to do. And the sooner we come to this understanding, I guess the easiest it makes for us to start to make decisions that will contribute to an awesome, awesome outcome. Sounds easy and naive even sometimes to hear me saying this in the middle of a pandemic when many people are going through such a hard times and all that, and there is Alessandro, whoa, with the fluffy clouds. I don't know, for some reason I like this phrase. I like fluffy clouds. And it took me a long time, decades, to arrive to the point, in the mindset that I am today. It wasn't easy. The contrary. I'm very pragmatic and skeptical about things, and it was hard to believe that you could really get from where I was to where I am today in many phases and many times. But it's so awesome once you get here. I am not talking about finances and any of that stuff. I'm talking about here when we are able to understand everything that this mass inside of this big head of mine can do, and so do yours. you know you might not have a big head as big as of a head as I do, but you do have a big brain in there, and this brain is, like I said before, I took that quote from the Buddha's book, that our brains will shape our minds, right? And then from there everything else is going to happen. But if you also work your mind the right way, you can go back and keep reshaping your brain, so it creates that fluidity between your brain and your mind, and how you're going to flow through your living. Remember, I like to talk about the fact that we are all from this great big energy, right? And when we align ourselves to the vibrations in the universe and allow these vibrations to enter our being, it's going to come to you as energy, awesome energy, not good or bad energy, pure. Then we start adding let's say, the wrappings around it, right? Good stuff, bad stuff, good stuff, bad stuff, thoughts, feelings, and so on and so forth. But if you're prepared enough to filter this energy, and as soon as it starts entering your being and goes into you and becomes a thought in your head, and then an idea, and this idea will lead you towards an action, and this action will have a reaction, will have a consequence. Where is go? My girl is here, as usual. So when you are in control, or at least a full understanding of your brain and your mind and yourself and how those things are correlated, you can make those decisions right away in the beginning, right? Allow that flow to go positive from beginning to end, and having appropriate tools that you can apply during your day, in your life, every day, to help you channel the flow of that energy towards the positive, towards the constructive, towards things that can really contribute to the outcome you were expecting for your life, which I believe is to be a great living. Today, I'll receive my book from Valerie Walsh. I ordered yesterday on Amazon, Shattered to the Core. Wow. As soon as it comes here, I'm going to show you the book and read a few sections of it, because I was looking on Amazon. It's so amazing, because it's someone that is near us, is around us. I don't have a big connection with Valerie yet, but wow. Because sometimes we think we go through a lot, right? And we do go through a lot. I've been through a lot. Oof, my God. And so many other friends of mine. And we have the tendency to believe that our suffering, our pain is sometimes, stronger and bigger and more painful than others. But wow, you keep analyzing what people go through, and you realize that the core is pretty much the same. The experiences and the way it happens is different. But man, when you go down the dark path, or when life throws you, tons and tons and tons of lemons, we all develop different formulas to get out of it. And it's so fascinating too. Just the intro on Valerie's book. Oh my goodness. This woman went through a lot in her life. Yes. So as soon as the book gets here, I will share with you some of the awesome details and the stories in there. If you, by any means or any way, shape or form, feels inside of yourself that you may be getting lost, drifting away from who you are. It doesn't matter if it's because of a tremendous amount of hardship and darkness that are surrounding you, or excessive light shining over you that makes you have that feeling that I'm not myself. What's going on? Something is missing. It's not me. You know what I mean? You know when you are not centered with yourself, with who you really are. And that's the point where we should just come home, come here, inside of yourself, right there, where you know who you are, everything that you have been through, your strengths, your fear, your desires, your dreams, come in here. Reconnect with yourself in a peaceful place. And once you do that, open the reserved buckets of your best achieved, experienced happiness, the impossible moments, and the stinky stuff. That's how I kind of separate my boxes: happy, impossible, and stinky. The happy is obvious, is, every single happy moment I had in my life that I'm able to remember, I put it in there. It doesn't matter. Everything, every day, every time in your life that you've been happy, you experienced, you tasted happiness, not for an extended period of time or a super long thing. anything that made you happy. The day you got your first dog, a new job, a new love, the first trip, the perfect grade in school, it doesn't matter. Go after things that made you happy so you remember how it tastes. And then I opened the box of the impossible. The impossible for me and all the moments where I thought that I was never going to make it. It's not possible. It's not going to happen to me. You can't do it. Oh my God, it's over. Not going to happen. But then here I am today. So if you were here and you had these moments like I did, it means that you can do it. Maybe you don't even know how you did it. That was my case. I don't know. I just want to survive. Of course, there were phases in my life where I was doing pretty bad. I tried to, take my life 5 times. It doesn't mean that, you don't go. Life is so fluid. You're not because you're thriving that you thrive all the time. But you can be in darkness all the time because it's so much easier to make that choice, to just give up and sit there and wait. But here you are. We survived. You did it. You got that power. You got that strength. Maybe it needs to be awakened. And then I opened the box of the stinky stuff. The stinky stuff is all the bad stuff that I have done to contribute to the consequences of the living I'm living today, to the life, right, that I'm experiencing today the living I am experiencing today in my life. Duh. Because you must be aware and you must be capable of understanding that, yeah, I did this and I shouldn't have done it. I hurt this people. I hurt that person. I did this. I did that. You got to know. Because if you believe that you look at it and you don't have a box of the stinky stuff, then you're not from this planet or whatever. But I want to meet you because you probably can fluctuate and wow, and those cross through walls. I haven't met anyone that doesn't have a box of stinky stuff. I met a lot of people that pretend that they never had a stinky stuff to throw in the box. Again, what can we do? Nothing, right? But once you are, Bailey's my girl. Bailey's, well, she's having her little scratchy day. But anyway, once you are aware that you've been happy and you tasted happiness, that you faced the impossible and you won, and the stinky stuff, become aware of everything, all your contributions, and create a formula that helps you understand when things will start getting better in my life. How soon are you going to actually make that change so things can get better in your life? I chose to balance in my head that every time something that's supposed to go right went wrong, every project that was about to hit the right spot, it went wrong. I started attributing this to my stinky stuff box. Okay, I lost this one. I lost this one. And attributed a value, a psychological value to it. And one day I was doing a project and it worked. So I thought in my head, maybe I paid the fees for the consequences of my stinky stuff box. And I wanted things to keep going right in my life. So I adopted the positive vibrations always motto, and I live that every day, every time, all the time, trying to not make contributions to the stinky stuff box. It's not because I am following my path that stuff's not going to be thrown at me. The crap and the challenges or the opportunities for you to make stinky stuff box contributions. But being aware, being focused, and using the right tools, you can avoid that. Do not add stuff to a stinky box anymore. You don't have to. Find other ways, smart, intelligent ways to face hardship, controversies, and whatever is thrown at you. You can always use a positive approach to make sure that you do not contribute to the stinky stuff box. Defending yourself, fighting for your rights, and things like that, they are not stinky stuff box content. But bad behavior, envy, anger, jealousy, lies, those things goes into the stinky box stuff. So once you come to this realization, come back here, come back to the world and go after your dreams. Go fight for the things that you believe and you deserve. Now you're aware that you can desire the world and everything will be yours. As the thought of the day today, actually, I randomly picked from my book a message. And these messages I wrote in 2003 as part of a project that I had that was very successful. And I was trying to keep my mind sane and keep myself focused so I wouldn't make contributions to the stinky box or get desperate in the impossible box, and focused, making sure that I was doing the right thing and becoming the best person I could be. And I will write these thoughts every morning, first thing that comes to my head, and then try to digest them later. So this one today says this: wish for the universe so you can conquer the world. Learn to value everything that is yours and remember the sweet taste of conquering your objectives. The happy box and the impossible. You can desire the world. You can desire the universe. Because usually people say that you are able to conquer 10% of your dreams, right? Or something like that. So far, look at me. I conquered 1,000% of my dreams. Because what's happening in my life right now is so far beyond what I was able to imagine in this augmented reality that I fantasized in my head. And it's so fascinating to be here and experience this every day and be here sharing this in this live videos every morning as my time for myself to share all this good stuff, the happy stuff, while it's happening with everyone. This is a magic moment. This is a magic manifestation of awesome things that are happening in my life. And you can come here. You can come here to the farm, to the silo at any time. And you can touch, you can feel it, you can experience it. Yes, you can feel it. I can share with you the challenges that we're going through towards this process of, what happened to April 1st, 2023, to raise the money to finalize and guarantee that this deal is going to be perpetuated for future generations. And it's not an April Fool's Day joke. It's the truth. April 1st, 2023. But that doesn't interfere with the fact that we are happy and we're blessed. And so many things are coming together. If you believe you can use tools, little tools, to help tune your brain, I'm going to put something here. Okay. See, I'm using this little thing to generate the characters on the screen. That's pretty cool. So if you believe you can use tools, simple tools, to help you tune your brain, to work up on your mind, that you learn today and you use today. We're starting the experiential workshop series at the Silo. February 26th and 27th is the first one. Yeah, it's a 2 days workshop called Survivor to Thriver, Tools to Get Us Unstuck. You can register for free. Go to workshop.thesilo.org, pick the date, and come with us. Join us. You hear stories, amazing stories of people that were in a victim mode all the way down the food chain, the bottom of the bottom, and now are thriving. And how they did that. Then, once that part is over, professionals that work in the whole brain tuning industry, fields, They are going to share those tools, explain how your brain works and how you can shape it in a way that will give you all the power that you need to control your life and your living. Healthcare Advocates International from Stratford is making it possible to be free for everyone. And we're even going to feed you. Mm-hmm. It is so awesome. So come join us. Hit there, share with your friends, send to people, go up, subscribe. And I hope to see you here on the 26th. And since we're talking about subscribe and all that stuff, if you can hit subscribe on my YouTube page, it's going to help me a lot. The Facebook stuff is good. It's going here in live, but I'm trying to build the audience on the YouTube channel because it helps me share with people that are not using Facebook. So if you can do that for me, it will be awesome. In the meantime, if you are feeling the need, the desire to develop a deeper connection with Mother Nature, or you need a peaceful place where you can walk and find yourself that specific time to go back home and work on your mind and your brains and your feelings, come to the silo, visit Hunt Hill Farm. It's an awesome place. I'll leave you alone or can give you a tour and explain all the magic stuff that's going on here. And we're celebrating the 50th anniversary this year. All I would like to ask you is for, instead of now 1 pound of non-perishable food, trying to support the Rotary Group program, and there is a need for diapers, children's diapers and adult diapers, especially adult diapers. We're doing a community work project together. I'm supporting them. So if you could do that, that'll be awesome. Adult diapers, all sizes, and children's diapers. This would be pretty cool. All right? I'll be so happy. And I want to wish you a fantabulous day filled with love, kindness, the understanding and the certainty that you are capable of fighting for your dreams and everything that you desire will manifest. Yes, with tons and tons and tons of positive vibrations always. Thank you.